Yo, what is up, everybody? Good day, good morning, good afternoon. Glad to have you all here. Man, what a great freaking song to come into. Oh, yeah. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. New week, new start. What's up, Hammy? Welcome in, man. Thanks for stopping by. How are your late night duties going, my dude? Yeah. Up against your wall. All right. Thanks for coming in, everyone. Glad to be here. Glad to be back. I've been craving some iOS dev the past couple days, so glad to be back on stream. Get started again. Today we are going back into more onboarding flow refactoring. Last week we stopped at I forgot to open Sketch. Holy, let me throw this up. Nerd? What the heck? Dude, what a poop head. You're a nerd. Just kidding. Anyone who's on this stream right now is a straight up nerd. And love it. Embrace it. Be a nerd. We stopped on this view last week, Friday? Yeah, Friday. And then the last thing we're working on now is the actual selector here. Everything else is set up. We just got to add in this selector. So that's what we're going to start off with today. Yo, Steven. What's up, pleb? Pleb nerd. How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping in, my guy. How have you been, dude? It feels like I haven't seen you forever. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start with this again. And then from there, we will move on to this next view. And then this last view. And then we're going to finally be done with this. We can move on to something else. Because today we're on... Shit, man. What day we're on? We're on day 7. We still have a lot of time. But no, it's not the way to look at it. Waking up with my morning coffee. Everyone always hadn't seen me in a while. First thing I hear. That's true. That's true. Well, I'm glad to see you now, man. I'm getting my morning coffee going too. Yo, Fry, what's up, dude? Holy, that was what? In your bathroom, dude? Are you okay? Did you get hit? Did you get stung? Well, how do you say that? It's pretty wild, man. Yo, Ozzy, what's up? Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. And thanks for the kind wishes. I've been good, man. Been good. Had a great weekend. Really awesome weekend. And now just here feeling good today. Feel like I got enough sleep. Everything's good so far, man. Okay, yeah, so let's get started then. We're going to go ahead and hit this up here. I guess let's run. I always do this. We got to run the app. I'm going to start just running it before the stream even starts. Because I always am like, I want to see where I'm at. We have a better starting point, you know what I mean? Yo, this is a nice jam. I forgot I added this. I've started to like music like this. I don't even know what genre it is, but it's good. You're fine? Oh, good. Is that common to find in bathrooms where you live or no? I don't even know if in Florida we have scorpions. I'm sure we do somewhere. Yeah, so this whole that issue of the first view staying as we go to the next view, we're going to need to look into. I think I have a lead on it, but we're just going to have to look into it a bit more and see what else is out there. Cool. Yeah, so this is where we stopped at. So literally it's just adding that section there, which I have been very nervous about, but I think we're going to be okay. I think everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, we have our title label, detail label, and then we have our collection view here. So we got to uncomment that. And there's a lot of setup that goes in with that, which is why I was commenting out before, such as layouts and all these things. Not at all? Oh, okay. Damn, dude. That's wild. I would have been like, what the heck? Okay, so first... okay, so we literally just have this set up like that. I'm wondering, we can add our this stuff here. So we need to set up what type of layout our collection view is going to get. So we can actually set it up to be a flow layout, and then we give it a direction and then an item size. And then we just set that on our collection view layout. So instead of doing that in here, we can just do that when we first start up the controller. It'll just init that view and include those things. So yeah, so we can literally just do that. And then in here, we end up doing view dot is it not? It's collection. Oh, scroll direction, and then it's our collection view layout. Okay. This is scroll direction. Oh, whoa, this is the wrong one. No wonder. My bad. But there's an outbreak of things lately. Yeah, but that's... So you have like a scorpion outbreak? Is that what's going on? Sounds wild, man. Yo, Crawler, dude, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the Pixelogic team. Glad to have you here. How's your factoring going? Learn a lot? Yeah, man. We're so right now we're taking the whole like initial flow of cycles, like the onboarding flow, and we're essentially removing all of the storyboard work and just doing it all through code. And that's one big thing that I've been wanting to get much better at. Like I've done it before, but I think just like fine-tuning my flow to constantly be using stuff like that is the way to go. So yeah, man, I think it's going pretty well. How's your React Native stuff going? I'm assuming you're probably still working on that. Okay, so we do our layout here. Let's actually keep that up there. And then here, the collection view dot scroll direction. What? Collection scroll? Hello? Why am I forgetful right now? What the heck is going on? Oh, it's the layout. Oops. I already set that. Okay. So it's just collection view dot layout. Gbus. Yeah, it's right there. That will equal layout. There we go. Layout. Yo, what's up, Vicus? Still at work, just came to say hi. Dude, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being here. I hope work's going all right, my guy. Nickname Crawler coming to stream over the Scorpion topic. Dude, that's so great. There is an outbreak of scorpions named Crawlers. Yeah, no worries, Vicus. I hope work's going well. Decent, next time I'd rather much use native if it wasn't the fact that we needed an MVP so quickly. Some libraries are really annoying to work with. Yeah, man. Those three things seem like you might run into some issues. Well, I'm glad it's going like relatively well. I've heard a lot of people talking about how they don't like Redux at all. I find that very interesting. All right, so let's comment that out. So here, I set up section insets based on screen size, and I honestly don't know how to handle this. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I think we might. I don't know how we can do like insets that relate to constraints. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't think so. But here we need to do a set insets for different screen sizes. And maybe that's just the way that I set it up. Maybe it's not really supposed to be like that. And so this might fix itself over time. But okay, so we set that part up. We don't need these guys anymore. The insets we don't need. Collection view gradient we might need. So insets we're done there. And view did appear. We get the path. Here we go. Yeah. We're gonna need this. Checkpoint collection view dot scroll to item. Yikes, there's an animation. Okay. We do an animation there. Okay. Collection view inset. Yep, so we just did. Okay, the gradient itself. So this might be pretty good to set up like this. So this is going to set a gradient over our actual view itself, and that's how we get this kind of like fade in, fade out look, where it's like completely white in the middle and then it fades on the sides. Let me go ahead and actually, yeah, we can set this up in our constants. And this can be collection view. And we're going to do let onboarding add checkpoints collection collection gradient, we'll call it, and it's just going to be that. Nice. Yo, Boki, what's up? Hello, Super Saf. What's up, man? What's up? How's it going today? Welcome in to the stream. Alright, so we're going to take this guy, this gradient, you know, just in case we ever want to change this. Gradient colors. Technically, we can make like a collection view gradient extension here. We did it for the button. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. The thing is, I know we're going to end up using this eventually again. So maybe we should just do that. I'm just going to do it. UI collection view. This is because there's another spot that we use this selector. So it makes sense to just have this ready to go. And so this will just be, what did I call it for the button? Oh, I set gradient border. Set, so we're going to call func set gradient background, I guess. So one thing that I learned actually last week that I wanted to tell you guys about was I was working with some stuff at work in C#, and I use, in some of the stuff I work with, I use a lot of partials. And I was doing it, and I'm like, partial this, partial that, whatever. And I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, holy crap. Partials are like somewhat similar to extensions in Swift. And I had this like huge realization that they are. Guys, that's it. That's all I'd say. Just in case anyone else was curious out there. That's a thing, man. That's the thing. Okay, so select gradient, and then it's gonna be self.frame, self.bounds. Get our CG points halfway through, and our locations, and then finally self.super.layer.mask equals gradient. And that's it. Yeah, man. Yeah, no problem. Just like this random thought, and I like, for some reason, it really amazed me, and I just felt like it sharing, because maybe it would have amazed someone else. Yeah, Swift is a super nice language, man. I highly enjoy it. All right, so I guess I'll comment this out first. So what we've been doing with everything else. This collection view, what we need to do is we're gonna have to put that in our view did load, because we need our sub view in order to actually, we need our view to actually be rendered to the page already, and added to our sub view before we even do anything to it. So this thing was called collection view. Checkpoint collection view. And then we do set gradient BG, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. That's what I love about these things, man. It's so easy. And so anytime we have any sort of UI collection that wants to do a like a background, we can do it like that. And one thing I realized, we should not automatically set this here. It should be whatever we pass in. What did I do here? I think I just did an array of CG color. Yeah. But I think colors here. Colors of any. Okay. So here we want to do this is gradient, and then it's just going to be an array of UI color. So take gradient, let's copy this, passing gradient there, and then so in our actual method down here, let's do it like this. Being a little picky, we're gonna do with gradient, and then so when we write this out, we can do with, and then just pass in our UI color array. Yo, Evgen, morning, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, CG color, my bad. Always forget that. Yeah, CG color. Cool. That should be good. Why? I'm kind of confused. Oh, whoa. First of all, I have the same name here. I gotta change that. No wonder. Okay, so let's call this not gradient, but let's call it colors. I think that's what the issue partially could be. Yeah, thanks. I don't know why I always do that. I think I did that last time and you said the same thing, dude. All right, cool. So that should be good. And this should also go away, right? So onboarding, add checkpoints gradient. This one. All right, cool. So next, what is next? So once we set that up, then we need to get into actually setting up the data of our collection view. Oh, no, I needed that there. So I can remember to do my insets. Okay, so the collection view gradient stuff we don't need to worry about here. Image selector tint we already did. Button corner radius, that's all set up too. Awesome. That's there. View gradient we did. Okay, number of cells to create. Now we can start doing this stuff. Yo, Alan Codes, what's up, man? Morning, my dude. Welcome in. Oh, right. And I need to set up the data source stuff. Okay, cool. So, number of items. We need to do 24. Number of items in section. Why do I have 2 of these? Okay. Don't need that. That was really weird. I don't know why I had 2 of those. Oh, and then this was the actual creation. What did I do here? Let's discard those. Yeah, this should be better. I don't know what I did there. Okay, and then here we do a let to get our cell, and then we set up our picker number label to do that. More refactoring? Yeah, dude. Tons of refactoring. Right now we are working on this view here of removing it from storyboard and moving it over to our view controllers solely. And so this guy right here, our collection view is what we're setting up to do that right now. Okay, so we have this here. That's good to go. We know we're going to have 24 items. And then we know we're going to use this. So we can just do that, right? And technically we should probably put a guard here. Guard let cell as that collection view cell. Else, let's just go ahead and log to Crashlytics. And what are we going to log there? We're going to do... I don't need that. Onboarding, add checkpoints, view controller. That's VC, and we're going to say cell for item. Could not generate cell. And that's it. Okay. And then at this point, we're just doing our index path of the item +1 as our label. Where do I have this defined? Oh, forgot about that. UI collection view cell. We'll return a generic cell here. But this is add cycle collection view cell. Yeah, where is this thing defined? Add cycle view controllers? That's literally all it is. Oh. Add cycle view controller. Yeah, because that's going to be used somewhere else. Okay. So I guess for now, let's just keep that. And then we'll go in and refactor that in a second. Get that going. Oh, yeah. And I need to do this stuff here. So this is a helper method that I set up to find the center. It's like, it's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. It works. It works for now, but this needs to be changed. It's like, it's so weird. Do you want to make Learn Swift channel on Discord for those who are starting to learn it and want to team up or help each other? Yeah, I mean that sounds cool. That's kind of like the our general like programming channel in Discord. Like definitely a good spot, but if you're talking about like Swift specific resources, yeah, we can do that. I'd be down for that. I'm open for anyone to do interested in stuff like that. After work today, I need to start working with native script. Why is that? What happened, man? Yeah, Boki, I'd be down to do that. I can make a channel after the stream. Alright, I'm taking out just self. We don't need self anymore in these guys. Okay, yeah, it looks good. I don't need that. We don't need to keep logging that. Because I need this to... We're reporting our IRC chat client to NativeScript for mobile. Ah, gotcha. Now, was that a good experience? It sounds like it went pretty well. If you want to start working with it more. For this, what do we want to do? I hate this. This should not be like this. We can do... I wonder if we should make this an optional index path, and then we can do if let blah, do this. We can just return, please return this index path. And then if we don't hit that, then we just return nil here. And now we can start checking for nil and like doing some crap on that if we need to, Okay, cool. Yeah, so all this stuff should technically work. The only thing I think we're missing is a data source option, but maybe not. I think I might just need to set the delegate. Okay, scroll view did end dragging. If it's not decelerating, apparently I need to fix this, whatever this was. Removing self. Let index. Yeah, and so we want to do now here, if let index, then we'll go ahead and do this stuff. Let's do center. I don't like index. We'll do center here, and so remove that. Center of 1. Self.check. We're going to scroll to item. To our path. Then we can do set selected checkpoint, count to cycle. All right. I can do that. There we go. Center of that. Boom. We got it. Initial cycle. And that is that. If decelerate. Okay. Yeah, it's much cleaner now. And we're not forcefully unwrapping anything. Okay. And then we can, again, do this. We'll do our if let. So these are different delegates getting called for when the collection view is scrolling or not scrolling or like whatever state it's in. And this is helping me kind of like get this sort of more natural way of scrolling through items. I don't know. It's interesting. It's like one method I found a while back, and it's been working pretty well, but there are definitely some times when it's like could have been better. Could have been a little better. Oh, we want this to be called center. And then we want center there. All right, cool. Nice. That looks like it. That's that. And the data source delegate isn't complaining anymore, which is pretty fantastic. We have this guy here. I think the data source was just the maybe like number of items in section. I can't quite remember. But I think I also need to set the delegates here, or it's not going to work. Okay, so because I don't think I did that. I don't even know. Why do I have this here? I literally check to see if it's nil, and then I don't. I just print something out, and I don't do anything. I guess I do want to correct this. There's just like there's no world where this will be nil. So I don't know why I even did that, unless there's something seriously wrong. I guess we'll just leave it. So here, let's go ahead and say let's do this, and then we can do our collection view. We need to set up our data source, which is going to be self, and then our delegate also needs that as well. I wonder, I'm curious if I can actually add these into the initialization. Excuse me. Collection view dot data source. Can I spell? Hello? I don't know how this is gonna work, but I want to try it out anyways. Oh, there you go. Cannot. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it won't because of the scope that we're in. So if I did something, if I had like a this and I set it equal to self, that might work, but let's not do that. Let's just do it down here. So then if we set up checkpoint layers, let's just do set delegates. for collection view. Again, that's going to be collection checkpoint collection view dot delegate equals self, and then checkpoint collection view dot data source equals self. Alrighty, that should be okay, and I think that should be good. The only thing now we need to do is add it into our sub view. We can get rid of that. And when we do that, pretty much we just got to set up our constraints. I'm going to go stream for a bit. All right, Hammy. See you, dude. Enjoy your stream, man. Thanks for stopping in, like always, my guy. All right, so we add our checkpoint selector. We add our checkpoint collection label. So, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what the order is. We do our collector, blah, blah, blah. And we can do this here, checkpoint. Bye. See ya. Bye. Thanks for coming, man. All right, so we'll do our container view again. Then we're going to do add sub view. Tell us your daily routine. Okay, I can tell you my daily routine. Let me just add this guy in here. All right. So my daily routine, it's a long one, man. Now what I've been doing is I've been waking up. So I wake up at 4:30. I get ready for the stream. So, you know, it consists of making myself look so beautiful like I always do. Wow, I don't know. And then making my cup of coffee. Coming, streaming for a while. The stream usually lasts like what, 2.5 hours? 2 hours, 45 minutes or so. And then from there, I actually make breakfast. And my wife is usually up at that time and hang out for a little bit before she goes to work. And then it's time for me to go to work as well. So I just come back to where I'm sitting right now since I do work from home. And usually blast some like hardcore music. It's usually my go-to thing to get like hype for the day. And just start doing some work. And then around lunchtime, so like 12 a.m. or 12 p.m., not a.m. Or 1, I'll go to the gym. I'll go work out for like a half hour. And from there, come back, take a shower, grab some lunch, get back to work. And I'll work probably till about like 5:30 or 6, just depending on the day. Maybe even a little later. And then usually I do stuff for the stream again, depending on like what I've been wanting to do. And I think that's pretty much it. It's usually like a full day for me, Monday through Friday. Yeah, this is pretty solid. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so here we need to actually do a full width here. So we want to first set that up. With Anchor dot constraint is going to equal to the view dot width view dot bounds. There we go. And then from there, I'm trying to figure out what I should constrain this on. It might be good to constrain the actual selector. So this guy here. I don't know where to constrain that. It's kind of a weird thing. Maybe from the top of the actual view itself. I don't know. It might be a good idea to do that because I don't want to do it based off of the label, but that also is something that's pretty constant. Or maybe we can do it. Yeah, no, let's do it like to the actual collection container itself. Let's base it off of that and see what happens. Yeah, so that's about 70 points or so. So 70. And I need to figure out, I guess, what that is inside of there. I'm going to start 21 early days and 100 days of code challenge instead of 4:30. I'll do 5:30 and go to bed around 9:10. Nice, man. 21 early days. I've never heard of that one. Is that just like 21 days straight of like waking up like at an early time? I got to do the 100 days of code challenge. I personally have never done it. I feel like it's something that should be done. You woke up at 6:30? Still pretty early, man. I kind of want to constrain it to this. I might. Okay, let's start with that. Let's see what happens. So we'll do our checkpoint collection view dot bottom anchor dot constrain, and then it's literally just constraining to the collection view label. Dot top anchor. Yeah, so it'll just be the top of that. This is a TED Talk about 21 early days. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check it out. And 100 Days of Code has a Discord channel. Oh, really? Dope, man. I'll keep it open up on the side here. That's awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. That might be a fun thing to do. All right, so we have our horizontal anchor and we have technically a vertical anchor too. Let's build and see what happens. See if we get anything good over here, man. Yo, Perma, what's up, dude? Welcome back, man. Nice to see you. Good morning. Happy Monday to ya. Ooh, it broke, bruh. It didn't like something here. Let's see. Why'd you break there? UI collection view must be initialized with a non-nil layout parameter. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Because that's what we did. Did I do it too late? Is that what happened? Let's go here. Let's see what happens. Welcome back to you, good sir. Thank you. Thanks, man. That's good. It's good it's good to be back to a full week of streaming, man. Good to be back. Interesting. So that didn't even... I would assume it would have hit our breakpoint here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go to the storyboard and verify that I removed the reference to the collection view there. I just got back from Disney. Oh, nice, dude. Dude, I was in Orlando this weekend too. Small world, man. How was it? Do you have a good time? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was in Orlando this weekend. I didn't go to Disney or anything, but I was over there. Do you wear anti-blue light glasses? Yeah, I do actually. I do. It's the lens that I have is coated in the anti-glare, anti-blue light stuff. But I don't know what they're actually called. It's like I was saying, it's a coating on the actual lens. Okay, I don't even have the I don't have the collection view in here, so we're good. So it's something that I'm initializing improperly. Oh, it's the bomb.com? Yeah. Really good, but really expensive? I mean, if you're looking at a computer all day. Oh, maybe that's why. Gotcha. Okay, so it did hit the break. It would hit the break point, but it literally poops itself here. So I need to set up my collection view beforehand. Can I init with a layout? Yeah, buddy. But I don't want to put a CG rect in there. That's the whole problemo here. Yo, good luck in sprint planning, man. Thanks for stopping by. Oh no, Festify decided to poop itself again. I don't know why it's been doing that lately. There we go. I'm ordering ones from AliExpress. Does it help when working long hours? I believe so. I only wear glasses when I work on the computer or read. I think they're pretty important to have. But I do think I need to start using eye drops or something. My eyes do get dry. But yeah, it's like the strain on my eyes is a lot less compared to when I didn't have this coating on my lens. So yeah, they definitely will help no matter what. I might actually even need better ones too, so maybe the ones you get might be even better. Because, okay, so I can do this maybe, but I don't know. What do I do for the frame? I don't want to do anything for the frame. It's kind of annoying. So I always could just do this. So we set up our layout, we create our collection view. I don't know, maybe can I just do a generic CG rect here? And then we just pass in a layout. I think that's gonna screw things up, but I want to try it to see. It's kind of weird. I don't know. How was I do? I don't understand how the layout was working then before. Hello. Here we go. Here we go. So we go in here. Init our layout. There we go. Okay, so that worked. But we're having some issues with our constraints here. Everything decided to disappear. Oh my god. Let's see what's going on here. Telling you, man, I think it has to do something with the yeah, it does. Something down here. What's the issue here? Position and height are ambiguous. Position and height. What are they? What are the position and height? Wow, what What a URL, my friend. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if stuff like that is worth spending extra money on, man, in my opinion, like, it's something for your health, you know? And it's not like it's something that is going to just benefit you overall. So you might as well pay for the stuff that's actually good and will last you a while and will actually be good. That's my opinion, though. What's up, Dilva? Welcome in. Thanks for coming in. How goes it today, my dude? I'm gonna try the cheap ones first. Yeah. Yeah, everyone does it differently, you know? Okay, so I need a height on here, I realized. So I mean, we can kind of just go off the height of this. Based on what it is in this sketch doc, which I always find pretty cool. We can say that the height is 75 points and this whole container is 211. So let's just do some quick math. 75 divided by 211 is about 35% of the view. So we can just set the height to be 35% of that view. That should be pretty good. Test out for now. So we got that. Do height anchor equal to view downs, or no, it's going to be this container view, and then multiply that by 0.35. That wall text is so big that Trump wants your name. Oh, God, that's what's up, dude. My God. It's crazy. Yo, Do-Right, what's up, man? You working it for diff aspect ratios? Yeah, so essentially what iOS has this thing called constraints and auto layout. And pretty much you add these constraints based on certain parts of the screen. And that will kind of do like this reactive resizing of views. And so I never like to hard code like heights or anything. Because like it all depends on the size of the view, right? So we have this container view that houses these three things. So if based on this document of like this design document, essentially we want this to always be 35% of whatever this view is here, the height. And we want the width to always be the full screen. So doing that usually should get things done. But let's see. Kind of like playing around trying to figure out how it works, but I have a week off of school, but I'm bored AF already. Man, you already have a week off of school? Damn, dude. Winter break just ended. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just hanging out. That did not seem to work. Something still is ambiguous here, I'm sure. Just hanging out, man. Just doing our thing here. Horizontal position is ambiguous for collection view. Why? Horizontal position. Oh, I guess I set the width, but I don't really set a position on it. That could probably be it. So we set the width. We have a top anchor. Or a bottom anchor, excuse me. Okay, we can do something like this, if that's the case. So collection view dot leading anchor. Yeah, buddy. You had exams? Oh, gotcha. Man, that's awesome though. Full week off of school. You can't be bored. You got to find something fun to do. I'm sure you'll find something. Whoa, for a minute, I thought my clock said 8:06, and I was like, holy moly. It's way later than I thought it was. All right, so we're gonna add a leading constraint. So again, that's to the front of the view, and that view is going to basically, it's going to stick to the edge here. That's what we want. Leading anchor dot constraint, and we're going to do view dot leading anchor. So this is gonna be the parent view. We're gonna do that too. Watching you is fun. Heck yeah, man. It's fun. Love to see. I hope so. I hope you do have fun. Oh man, that water was good. All right, let's try this. So now our horizontal positioning should be set. Our height, our width should be set. And our vertical positioning should be set. Still something that's no bueno here. Okay, all the constraints seem to be met here. I'm super curious. I'm almost positive it's that freaking CG Rect, dude. All right, let's look this up real quick. Yeah, it's 'cause this is essentially what we're running into. Oh, cgrect.0. Okay, we might be able to do that. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Maybe that might work. I don't know if this is a problem, but I do think that when we initialize this guy, we set up our layout in there. Where are you at? Where are you at? Collection. Yeah, when we set this up, we need to do this as a .0. In our collection view, we'll have our layout, which has our item size. And I'm also curious, but nothing else is being displayed, so that's why I'm kind of confused. So let's also set a background color here. Collection view dot background color. The famous green. The famous green background color. Just to make sure it's being set here. Because I don't know if it's like covering other parts of the other views or like what is going on here. Are you working for yourself? Is this an app about making money? It's only from App Store downloads. That's a good question, man. I don't work for myself, and in my mind, that's unfortunate. But no, so currently I work for Microsoft. It's like my day job, I guess. I do this stuff on the side. This app technically makes money, but it's not making any money. So what I do is any like support from streams. Yo, Rich Ross, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the Pixelogic team. Glad to have you. Any sort of like money that I make on stream, like subscriptions or donations or any of that, it goes towards supporting like this app or other projects. So the biggest things to pay for are the Apple developer account, which is $99 a year. Any server costs that this accrues, we have 2 servers set up in cycles, one for a beta and then one for production. And so that money goes there. The app is 99 cents in the App Store to also help with those fees. But the app, when it's in this paid state of 99 cents, doesn't really sell much. Like there's barely new downloads when it's there. So yeah, I don't really make any money. It's just like to support what is already currently there, if that makes sense. Okay, this isn't being added. There's something going on. I do want to say it's this. I really do. But I don't know. I don't know how to tell. Worked fine after initializing like this. I'm using auto layout, so using CG Rect 0 or use your own CG Rect. So that worked for this person. But this person just initialized with a layout. So can I just do this? Is that a thing? Any Swift 5 news? I haven't actually looked much into it. But yeah, there's some good stuff coming out apparently with Swift 5. Okay, no, it doesn't match. So doing it like this is the way to go. Am I adding it to the right sub view? That's the next thing to check. Checkpoint collection container view. Yep. Add sub view, checkpoint collection view. Okay. Okay, kind of want to do this. Let's go ahead and remove this bottom anchor. Since nothing else is being displayed, I'm curious if that's really jacking it up. And we'll go ahead and restart this guy. Yeah, so we have a width, a height, and a leading anchor at the moment. I think it's going to complain, but might as well try it out. Yeah, let's just see if it's complaining. Have you heard any, have you looked into any new Swift 5 stuff, Boki? Yeah, it's going to complain about the horizontal layout. Or vertical, excuse me. Okay, so let's figure out a vertical way to do this. It's really weird though. So I have my width, I have my height. Oh, you know what? I believe that this actually might be 0. I think this might be 0. This happened to me last time when I was setting up a constraint, which is why I had to do a view bounds thing. Oh, yeah. Let's refresh this real quick and let's double check that. Yo! Excuse me. Okay. So this here. Yeah, it is 0. I knew it. Okay. So I can't set that up yet in a sense. So pretty much what I can do in this scenario is I could take the height of this 75 and compare it to the actual view, which is 812. And that should be the same percentage no matter what, right? So if I do 75 divided by 812, that's 10%. So instead of doing 35, let's do a 10% here. And then we can do view.bounds.height, set it like that. And then maybe this should work now. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that works, but maybe what I should be doing is I should be setting. Well, no, because these are adding the sub views, so maybe I should add all the sub views, and then after the sub views have been added, then we run a constraints function on it. I don't really know. I'm not sure to avoid stuff like that because this shouldn't. I mean, this shouldn't be based on the whole height of the view, in my mind. That doesn't make any sense. something. It didn't like something here. Could not dequeue a view of kind, UI collection element kinds with identifier. Okay, cool. So we got to this point where it's actually now trying to set the cells, which we have issues with. So that's good. It's moving on to the next step. So now it's actually adding in these collection views. Or adding the cells to the collection view. Must register a nib or class for the identifier. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So it's over in... Here we go. When in doubt, get more coffee. Cheers to that, friend. Cheers to that. Okay, so the big... Oh, man. This actually might be a big deal. Okay, this is what we really should do. What we should really do first is remove these guys, because we already set those up. What I want to do is I want to create... I essentially want to create this. Right, so I'm pretty much just gonna... All I have is a picker number label here. And let's just go ahead and add a new file. And this will be a Cocoa Touch class. And it's going to be a UI collection view cell. And we're going to say onboarding. Oh, I spelled it out. Add checkpoint collection view cell. Wow, that is a long title. That's okay. Here we go. Okay, and so that should be here. We'll do add checkpoints collection view cell. And then again here, the only thing we have is this guy. And the reason why I don't want to remove this yet is because this is hooking into the other checkpoint thing, checkpoint view, and I don't want to mess that up yet. This is essentially what's happening. Yeah, so right now we'll just set this as a picker number label. It's not a picker. I don't know why I called it a picker. This should be... checkpoint value label. There we go. That's a more intuitive title, I would say. More intuitive property name. And so I always forget how to do this. We need to register our actual identifier here. So with that, we can call this onboarding checkpoint cell. We'll do it like that. Onboarding checkpoint cell. Yo, Chris Baldwin, what's up? Got a telephone interview for a new dev role today. Always find telephone interviews super awkward. Hey, congratulations, first off, man. That's super exciting. What type of dev role is it for? And why do you find it awkward? I actually have an opposite view on that sometimes, depending on what it's for, though. Okay, I always forget we need to register UI collection view cell Swift. I think it's, you just call it register. This is currently just a blind but educated guess, but class of. So it's just create the collection view and then just register the class. So it's on the collection view. Okay. Full stack Python role. always find them awkward because I'm much better at expressing myself in person than on the phone. Oh, gotcha. Yo, congrats, man. That's super exciting. I hope it goes well for you. Sounds like a cool role. Yeah, I get you there. I get you there. But I think I feel like the phone interviews are more of kind of just like a scoping out. You know, they're like, depending on what it is. If it's like a tech phone interview, I find those more difficult. But if it's just like, you know, behavioral, like, oh, what projects have you worked on? What have you used? Blah, 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 all that stuff. I feel like it's a little easier. Should do great, man. Yo, Coder's Life. What's up, dude? How you doing today? Thanks for coming by. Collection view. Okay, so here we needed to add, essentially register. Do a collection view dot register. I was curious if I can do it here. So it should be onboarding. Add checkpoint. Yes, but I want to call this checkpoints. Yep, gotta change that up a tad bit. Do dot self. And then we need to pass in our cell identifier. So I'm cool with actually just moving this out here. Wherever I just put that thing. Where'd you go there, friend? Yeah, here we go. I think it's a scoping interview more than anything, but I always get worried that they're going to say, oh, it's not a technical interview, and hit me with some super technical question. Well, one thing to know, no one expects you to answer a question in 5 seconds, hopefully. If not, if they do, that is some job you got there, dude. I always think that it's good practice to kind of just like be ready for those things. You never know. Usually, like, especially if you're going in for usually if you're going in for something like a dev role like that, most of the time they're technical in that sense. But they could also be more like class or like architectural stuff. Like, hey, I want to make this app. How would I make this app if I did blah? And like, what type of classes would you set up? What would be your infrastructure? Like stuff like that. I find those questions super interesting. Oh, whoa. That is not what I was looking for. This should be here. Okay, so checkpoint value label dot text equals that. Okay, think we're in business, folks. So essentially what we did is we've now created a collection view. This collection view is just going to contain a value that has a number in it. And then that's going to show what will be selected when you scroll through this, or it would be like this. You scroll through this collection view. And when you do that, we have all these other helper methods set up. And so I think we should be pretty solid right now. Let's see what we got. This track always hypes me up, man. Will it work? Will it not work? Find out in 3 seconds. All right, here we go. We're getting it going. Okay. It's creating our cell, but we did something. What did we do wrong? Unexpectedly found nil while unwrapping an optional value? Oh, this is optional. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. So why was that nil? Because I didn't initialize it. That's probably why. I mean, that could definitely make sense. So if I just did UI label. I agree. I like it when they ask how often, how you would build something and explain your thought process. I think also because I'm mostly self-taught, I always worry when they ask me comp sci topics. Yeah, dude. Dude, we're on the same exact boat, man. I actually like, I've always had an issue with sort of this interview process for certain types of roles, right? Like, if you're going to be a full stack developer, or you're doing more along the lines like front end stuff or whatever, it's good to know these computer science topics, right? Like, it's great to know. But in my opinion, if you come to me and you're like, hey, you know, we're hiring you for this this front end dev role, go ahead and like code up this merge sort algorithm that does X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I always think, why is this applicable? Like, how is this applicable to my job? Sure, it's a lot of other things like, oh, it's not just like how you set it up, or it's not like getting the answer right. It's all about your thought process, blah, blah, blah. But ask me something that's like relevant to what I'm about to do, man. Like, ask me a question where you want me to design like classes and architecture for building this app that will do X, Y, and Z. I don't know. That stuff really bothers me. Okay, this technically worked, but not really because it didn't insert anything. We must put all candidates through the same bullshit that we went through. What's up, Tall Pants? It's so dumb, dude. And like, okay, so one thing that I've seen, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, that a lot of recruiters, or not recruiters, but a lot of teams hiring for these engineering roles, like, are actually starting to give people projects to work on. And I find that quite interesting because I'm all about like doing things in the real world, like things that are applicable, right? Like, I don't know, in the real world, I am not going to code up any sort of algorithms like this. You know what I mean? Like, it just kind of bothers me because it's not something that is true. Like, it's not something that will help me in any way. And basing this on whether I get a job because I can't do that, it just kind of irks me. And why is this showing up? And it's not showing up on my actual view. I'm so confused. I don't understand. This is so weird. This seems like it's working, which is really great. Whoa, I never knew you could do that. What the heck? Dude, I'm learning so many cool things with this tool. I love it. But I'm kind of confused. So this shows up here. Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, this doesn't work. Oh no, it's in the like a debug state. It's really weird. They want the smartest people, and it's an open secret that these kinds of interviews are a substitute for IQ tests because actual IQ tests are illegal. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, you're right though, right? Like if you're applying to some, you know, top 3 tech company, like they can get anyone in the world that they want, right? So they're just going to they're going to get the smartest people they can. And I guess that's a good way to do it. I don't know. That stuff bothers me, man. It's always bothered me. And I think it's partially because I'm also I feel like I'm more self-taught than I am school-taught. So I've struggled with like some of those computer science concepts as well, because I just haven't put enough time into studying them. But I don't think I would feel this way if I thought that those were applicable in some way. But it's always been my opinion on it. I think it's just weird. Dude, I don't know what the heck is going on here. You can still have an extremely fulfilling life and make buckets of money without ever working at those companies, though. Right. And I agree with you. I'm not saying I disagree, but I'm just saying that, like, you know, like it's nice to work at one of those places if you want. Like, if that's something that you aspire to, you know, not everyone wants to either start their own thing or work at smaller places as well. I'm just saying in general, because I think the smaller companies are more lenient in that sense, where they'll, you know, they're not hard pressed on doing stuff that way. But I don't know. They don't want us. They don't want us. God damn it. Us scrubs, man. Apparently we're scrubs. I think I have far too much opportunity to ever apply to a huge tech company. I'm confident in my skills, but then when you look at their job description and code tests, I'm just like, no way I'm doing this. In my opinion, Chris, I would 100%, if you find a position you like, right, no matter what company it's for, if you read it and you're like, yo, this sounds dope, just apply to it. Who cares? Like, the worst thing that's going to happen is they don't get back to you or they tell you no. The best thing that's going to happen is they're like, yo, this is actually a really good candidate. Let's bring them in for an interview. And the worst thing that will happen to you in that sense is you don't get the job. You know? I think that's, in my mind, that's how I always look at it. Guys, I don't know what's going on. I'm confused. And I wish I understood why. Oh, I wonder. Like the spinning train. No, but this is being added first to the sub view, so that would make sense. So container view, in our container view, we add our checkpoint selector, which is the image. Okay, first, let me take this out. Let's see if this does anything. Maybe everything was jacked up before, but at the beginning of the stream, we took a look at this and it was working fine. Let's just make sure that's still the case. Yeah, okay. So it's just when I added this sub view. Yeah, damn is right, my guy. Damn is right. So leading anchor, bottom anchor, height and width. Okay, I'm going to set this. I'm just curious to see how this works. Let's say 25 from the top point selector. So checkpoint collection view, and we're going to go checkpoint. No, we want the image selector, checkpoint selector, 25 point. So checkpoint selector. Yeah, checkpoint selector. This is going to be our top anchor as well. And we're going to put a constant value in here. And this constant value will be 25 points. Let's rebuild. Let's see if that helps. One thing a dev at my current company said, a dev said at my current one says, if they didn't think you could do the role, they'd never do a telephone or a face interview. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I was actually talking to a friend of mine about this over the weekend. Fuck, man. Adding this view is jacking everything up. I don't know why. Oh, what if I just do this? I'll just do this. We're going to kind of like comment out the constraints and figure out what the heck is going on. But he's in a different area of study, and I was telling him, like, have you ever heard of imposter syndrome? Because I'm always curious if people outside the tech community have ever heard of it. And most people haven't. They have no idea what it is. And so I was telling him about it. He's like, holy crap, I have that like all the time in my job too. And I'm like, yeah, well, there's a word for it. But I think that's the biggest issue with everyone, with all of us, you know? So we're all just very like, we're just always too nervous to do these things. And like, that's true. Like I don't know why we always think that we can't do it. It's a human psyche. Just gotta learn to forget about it, you know? Just keep going with it. Dude, I have no idea. Top anchor. Okay, I'm also curious now to see if our top anchor of the checkpoint selector is actually there. It should be. It's already added in, and our constraints should be set up with that. But everything likes to disappear for some reason. Okay. Oh, it's still broken. And it's interesting because it shows up here. Horizontal position is ambiguous still, yeah. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. We haven't set anything up. We haven't set anything up in a horizontal state here. How did I get? Yeah, here it is. Okay. Why are there UI image views in here? That's really weird. Inside the collection view, it says there are UI image views. I don't know if that's in by default. What the heck? Okay, and look, so we have our height, it's 81.2. We have our width, okay. And we have our top. So that's cool. That seems like it's working great. So now if we just add a constraint to be stuck to the sides, right? Like, again, this is why I have this here, this leading anchor. Should be that. Do I also need I don't think I need a trailing on this. It doesn't like something. What happened? Oh, we forgot a comment. Yeah, it still doesn't like something here. I'm just really interested about these UI images in here. This is really weird. Yeah, it has like what? Why is that like that? There's nothing in that UI image view. It's very weird. Kind of want to print a description of this. These don't really have frames either, which is... They do, I lied. They do have frames. Whoa, that is so weird. I gotta double check. I hope I'm not adding anything there. Okay, what else can we do to debug this? I guess we can try the trailing anchor thing. I don't understand why in the Explorer here it shows everything, but in my actual view it's not showing everything. Because this looks perfect. This looks like exactly where I want it to be. Might have to do a quick Google search to understand what's going on here. No, I don't really know how to search that. Okay, the other thing I should probably verify. Okay, yeah. That's what I'm looking for. Translate auto resizing mask into constraints. False. I don't know, maybe is that a layout thing as well? That could be it. No. How do you select a bunch of lines and tab all those lines again? Oh, so you can just highlight everything and literally just do tab, and that will do it. And then if you want to go back, like untab, you do shift tab. Yeah, usually in most text editors, that's how it is, Perma. Holy moly, guys! I'm really confused by this right now. I don't get it. I don't get what I'm doing wrong. Oh. I don't know, this is a super like mundane way of looking at it, but valid constraints, but nothing shows up. I don't know. No. Okay, I'm curious to try something else out. I wonder if we set we don't set a height. We just set a width. And we have our leading and top anchor. Let's see if that does anything. And then we can check out to see if how it looks within our view hierarchy. I hear that it's in the air. Yeah, nothing there. Let's see what it complains about. To infinity. Yeah, it doesn't have a height. Okay. Height is ambiguous. Yes, that is true. That it is. Alright. I'm gonna try the trailing, I guess. I don't know. Kind of just trying anything at this point. I just wish I could understand it a tad more. Cold and so empty. When we hear the spark. Nope. Damn, dude. This is so weird. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe what we can do is I gotta figure out what this UI image view thing is first of all. So let's go take a look at that. What's your job at Microsoft? So I work as a app dev consultant. So like TLDR, like an enterprise company will call Microsoft and they're like, yo, we need this application built. We want you guys to do it. Then I'm on a team that goes out and will actually build that application for the client. So like right now I work with MasterCard and we're building out this like a business to business web application. And I do like the actual development on a team with other people. I really think that adding this, I wonder if it's the flow layout. Flow layout and constraints. This is something I've never ran into before. But then again, that shouldn't matter, right? Like my view is not even showing up. Yeah, that shouldn't matter. The view needs to show up, not the cells. So let's try this as well. Let's try taking this. A waste I am. And how we missed your beat again. Freaking love this song. I wonder if we add this stuff first. And then we set the container view. I don't know. Maybe. Again, just trying things here. Are you going to switch to iOS dev job? Or is this a hobby? This is definitely a hobby. I highly enjoy it. I would love to switch to an iOS job. But, you know, it all depends. One, Microsoft, while they do have iOS jobs, they're very far and few. So that's kind of the hard part, you know, is finding something in there. But I'm also not opposed to like looking outside of Microsoft for iOS jobs. Yeah, so that actually breaks. So I thought it would. Whoa, unable to activate constraint with anchors. UI collection view leading. And UI view leading because they have no common ancestor. Ba-da-boo. Yo, how did Microsoft come up again? No worries, dude. I was just... Boki asked me what I do for Microsoft. Yeah, and that was it. And I told him. Well, poop, man. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Well, poop. I'm curious. Let's try this. What if we did this? We did checkpoints. Collection view. Checkpoint collection view. Center X. Anchor. Dot constraint. Is going to equal. Excuse me. To its parent view, center X. Got you feeling this now. I hope to got you countdown. Alright, do a Y here. So essentially we're just taking this view and we're moving it in the center of everything. Maybe that would work. I don't know. We gonna find out. A recruiter at Microsoft contacted me after I gave a talk at a React meetup they hosted once. I turned it down because I know I'd never pass their interviews. You shouldn't have turned it down, man. Here's the thing that I think for a lot of people. Even if you don't think you can do the interview, at the end of the day, it's good practice for you. For any interviews, right? Like, if you're actively looking for a job, like, in all honesty, interviews freaking suck, man. They suck. The best way to practice is by actually just doing it. And, like, who knows? You'd probably even surprise yourself. You'd be like, holy shit, man. Okay. Okay. It was for Office 365, so fuck that shit. Yo, Lithium, what's up, dude? Yeah, I would agree with Lithium, man. It doesn't hurt to try it. Like, literally, it will not hurt you in any way. Nah, man, this constraint is jacked up. What other types of layouts are there? Yo, CM, what's up? Morning, dude, morning. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to have you. Horizontal. Yeah, what other type of collections we got here? Let's look more into this, huh? Maybe we're just dumb. Or, I'm sorry, maybe I'm just dumb. But this is about the items in a collection view. I don't know. I know a guy who's a principal developer for Microsoft and he makes bank. All right, let's go to collection views. UI collection view itself. The layout object is responsible for defining the organizational location of cells and supplementary views inside the collection view. The layout object does not apply that information to the corresponding views. Because the creation of cells and supplementary views involves coordination between collection view and data source object, it supplies information to the views. Saying this properly directly updates the layout immediately without animating the changes. If you want to animate the changes, you must call the set collection view layout method instead. Maybe UI collection view. Constraint issues. Swift. I don't know. But everyone talks about the cells. Maybe this, I don't know. I'll try it. Yeah, CM's also right. There are tons of ways to practice for those. For sure. Yo, Stacking, what's up, dude? So how about that Uber display of sports ball last night? Dude, you know, I don't watch that, so I don't know. But apparently it was bad. I don't know. When and how do you learn Swift? I learned Swift about 4 years ago now, I guess. Like I was first introduced to it, and I was kind of like off and on playing with it until I started working on cycles like full time when I was in university. And the way I learned it was literally creating this app. So it's like I had this idea and I wanted to learn how to make an iPhone app, and literally I just started building this app, and that was it. The rest is history right there, man. And then some guides online. I didn't really use videos and I didn't read books. I just did this project and just applied things and like used Stack Overflow, just like all that kind of stuff. And a lot of these skills come over time. I know zero when it comes to algorithms, and I know friends who did get into Microsoft had to prepare for months. There are a lot of actually really good articles out there, Tall Pants, about how to prepare for interviews, like given a time frame. I know a lot of people have them for like a month even preparing, where their skills are they know the basics of like computer science theory, but their algorithm skills are not that good. AKA me. I'm actually following one of those right now. I do it every night. And I've only been doing it for like the past, I think, 4 days. So I haven't noticed like huge improvements, but it's confidence build up, you know? Yeah, hey, there you go, Stacking. It's water cooler talk, my guy. 100 days of code for Swift. Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. That's a really good resource. Hell yeah. Holy moly, friends. Neither more nor less. Felt like I didn't even read this. I run an interview coaching business. Oh, dude, that's dope. Dude, I would love to talk to you. How can I contact you? Love to get your thoughts on a couple things, if you're open to that. I always found it easier to learn by building a project like you mentioned, rather than reading documentation or books. Yeah, man, I'm in the same boat. I'm very like, how is this going to relate to what I'm actually doing? Like, I like seeing my things that I do like be actually applicable. I always had a really hard time in school with homework because I'm like, how is this homework? Like, this homework's not doing anything. It's all just like, it doesn't affect like the real world. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's really weird, but I've always had issues with that. So building something that will actually be used and like makes sense in the real world is it's always a big thing for me. Cool, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean that's also true, Stacking. My like a lot of people have told me that, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, but I think you can learn those pillars through trial and error in a sense, right? Like you don't go in without knowing zero knowledge in what it is. Like you have done like some research, and you get there and you're like, okay, I have a general idea of where I need to start, but now let's look at best practices and how those things should properly be done. Ultimate UI collection view guide with iOS examples written in Swift. Whoa. You might have noticed that I have a love for metal music. Heck yeah, dude. Metal music? Let's go. No, but you're doing it through storyboard, bruh. Already did that, man. Sell.content view though? Ooh. Maybe. I think it's kind of a stretch, but let's try it out. I think it's kind of a stretch. Doesn't hurt. So they're saying to actually set the translate, so content view dot translate the auto resizing mask to false. Maybe that would work. I've always assumed that this should show up, like the view should still show up even if the the view should show up even if the cells aren't being rendered. But I could be wrong. Guess we'll find out. Right, yeah. Yeah, Chris, I agree. It didn't work. As expected. As expected. Oh. Damn. I feel like a Neanderthal right now because I feel like this is probably something quite simple that I just don't understand. Tattoo? Yeah. 2 tattoos actually. Oh, I have one here and I got one right here. Yeah, I actually just got this one over the weekend. It hurts. It's pretty painful. Hell yeah, dude. What a nerd, right? I woke up this morning and my wrist was just like right here. It was, man, it was pinching me really bad. Like carpal tunnel area. I have a lot of wrist supports like this. So I think I did something to it over the weekend. I don't know what I did. Hey, don't laugh at me. All right. God. Every good software engineer needs some nice wrist guards. Guys, I'm really frustrated right now and I don't know what to do. I really don't know how to fix this. This makes zero sense to me why this is not working. And it's like the weird part about all this is this is all showing up in the view hierarchy. Like it's all here. Like literally right here. So what the heck is going on, you know? Essentially the view is showing up with our constraints, but nothing's coming up here. It actually removes everything. I'm gonna add colors to all these subviews just to see, like, maybe it's almost, you know what it is? It's almost like maybe this isn't being displayed, the container. So let's do that. Let's try that. Let's see if maybe that might be the issue. This is a debugging method that I've started to find really useful for UIs. It's by setting your background colors of your UI to be different colors to see how it's being placed within the view. This is proven to work really well for me. So we're going to start with that. Maybe that might do something. Because then we can actually see if our background, or if this is even being placed. See, background color equals a blue. We'll redo that. What are your tattoos? So actually, I have 5. But these 2 on my arm, this one here, it's kind of hard to show on camera, like that. This one here is a brain, and it has a little dude pulling it, and it's like a tattoo based on this band called August Burns Red, and behind it is like mind over matter, you know, pulling your brain over a mountain. Like it's hard. And then this one's actually an astronaut. It's like a guy with a space helmet, and inside of it, half of his face is a MC Escher staircase. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's this. If you guys have ever seen this before. It's this type of staircase. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and it's like essentially this is just like a bunch of people doing a bunch of things over and over again. Not over and over again, but it's supposed to show like different sectors of like gravity and stuff. And the reasoning behind that is like the tattoo is supposed to symbolize kind of like this almost like apocalyptic feel, and it's like humans are very cyclical, like they do things in cycles over and over again. So it's like this person, no matter which direction they walk, they're constantly walking this way, they're going to come back, but they start over and over again doing the same thing. It's kind of like a take on that, based off another band called Silent Planet, if you guys have heard of them. Pretty good. I had really bad carpal tunnel in my mouse hand and found moving over MX Master Mouse really helped. Oh, really? Dude, yeah, I've heard a lot of bad things actually about this. Really bad stuff, but I haven't had any issues with it. This is the first morning I wake up and I'm like, holy crap. Because I'm usually pretty good about that stuff. But it's really good to know, Chris. Appreciate it, man. My boys ABR. Dude, top tier, man. They're good. It's the line from their song is, your mind is a mountain before you. So get it like a brain in a mountain. So it's pretty good. I love them, dude. Okay. Whoa. So you see that? Our view is not even being set. So this could be something easy. Yo, Fedeka? Fedeka? Dude. Yes, I have tried turning it off and on. Didn't work, unfortunately. Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here. What feature are you working on now? So we're not doing a feature per se. We're doing more refactoring. So it's still we're still stuck on the same issue here. But really what we're doing is we're taking all of these views that are set up in this thing called a storyboard, which is this here. And this basically is a way for you to lay out your UI for an iOS app, but it's not the most, in my opinion, it's not the best way to do it. It's actually more difficult to handle later on as your application gets bigger. So we're moving all of these views into their own view controllers and creating the UI all programmatically. So yeah. All right, so I have an idea of maybe why this might be wrong. I might have just like legit messed up and did not add this stuff to the sub view. And I honestly think that might be it. No, we're adding the container right here. Snap, dude. Ooh, boy. Yo, Smasco, what's up? It's greater than the Magic Mouse. You know, okay, so the reason why I highly enjoy the Magic Mouse is because of the gestures. So like the swipe gesture, I'm like a really big multi-desktop user on Mac. And also like the double tap to bring up all my views. And I don't think there's any other mouse out there that does that, unfortunately. So that's my big thing with this. It's hard for me to give that up because I'm big into using that stuff. Okay, so what we just figured out is oh snap, what we just figured out is our sub view here, this view is actually not being shown properly. Our container, right? So this says it's being added to the sub view, but it's not actually populating. Checkpoint collection container view. So here we add it to the sub view. When we add it to the sub view, then we start adding our other views to that, right? So we have checkpoint collection container view dot checkpoint selector. That works, right? It's when we add our collection view is when we start getting into issues. Agree about gestures. At work, I use Magic Trackpad and MX Master 2. It's a bit overkill, but saved me a lot of pain. I wanted to get the trackpad. I was very interested in doing that, but I don't know. Something about them. I think the trackpad has better ergonomics than the mouse. So that's my thought behind it. You can also set gestures. Can you? But is it like touch gestures or is it like buttons, if that makes sense? Yeah. Yeah. On the phone. Oh man. So that's green. We set blue here. Let us know. I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with this flow layout. I don't know why. Just like something's going on here. Trackpad has Touch Pro? Yeah, no, I'm talking about on the Logitech mouse is what I'm curious about. Like, does the MX Master have like some touch area to set those gestures, or are those gestures like something else, like you move them around or something? If that, I don't know. Let's see what else is in layout. Maybe I don't know. Is there a translate here? Don't just hurt you. Let me know. Let's take a look at a UI collection for layout. But I love Logitech mice. I love Logitech products, man. I just got these headphones actually a couple weeks ago. I love them, man. They're fantastic. Gotta make me next. No. It has something to do with when we add in this layout, or when we add in this view. I'm just trying to think. I really don't know. And I think we've really exhausted a lot of our troubleshooting steps here. I still kind of think it's this. But it shouldn't matter because we do set our constraints already, right? It's okay. This is going to be... Let's try to just like randomly add something in here. Let's see what happens. This is going to be a great learning experience for sure. So we'll do our X and Y just to be 0. So it should be the top left corner. And then our width we'll do 100. Let's do 300 for the width. Height we'll do 80 or whatever. I think that's kind of what it is. Let's try this out and see if that makes a difference. So essentially we initialize it with a non-zero. Oh man, with a non-zero frame. Do you see that? Do you see that it's working? It was the frame, dude. Oh my god, I knew I wasn't going crazy, so what the heck do I do here? But how come my UI view, how come this background view is not blue? Oh no, it is. Whoa. What the heck did I just do? Oh, I think I might know what the issue is here. Oh my god, I think I know what I did wrong. Okay, hold up, hold up. Hold, we got this, we got this. Please tell me I did that. No, damn it. I was somewhat close. So I have this gradient. So checkpoint collection view. But that's like on the entire, like the whole thing. Why is that gradient like that? Hold boys, hold. Hold boys. No, I was somewhat close. I thought I applied the gradient on the container view. And so nothing was being shown because the gradient's jacked up. The gradient is jacked up. Yeah, look at that. God damn it. The gradient is jacked up. You can set different gestures in the program. Press the button, drag the mouse to the left, and skip to another desktop. Gotcha. Honestly, that might not be a bad thing, especially if you have carpal tunnel stuff going on. What is that insane UI lag about? Yeah, stacking. That's one issue that I'm trying to figure out too. I think the issue is I'm actually setting all the references I'm making on my view controller are strong references. So I think when you actually push to another view, they stick around and Arc doesn't come by and pick them up. That's what I'm thinking. So that was kind of the thing I was going to go back and fix up after. I tried referencing them as a weak reference and that it just wasn't working out. So I need to do more research on properly applying those references. Okay, so my gradient is jacked. So that's good to know. God damn it. But also that is scrolling technically. These aren't showing up either. Technically, I probably need to set up those containers properly, but man, this one is taking a long time. And that horizontal indicator, I hate it, man. Can I add that here? Or is it in the collection view itself? False. I have old shitty headphones where material from cushion falls out, and when I take them, I have to clean my face and ears. What? Dude, I'm so sorry. It's totally worth getting some new headphones, man. So what's going on here? So the collection view shows up as our background of green. So we don't need blue. We know that's being shown. I can't believe I didn't think about that. Yeah. So my gradient is all jacked up, but I think because there's no frame initially set up, it does that. We got to go look at our extension then. Checkpoint collection view dot set gradient bg. Let gradient CA gradient layer. Gradient the frame. So we get the frame. We get the bounds. Given a CG point. Go from there. Have our colors. That should probably do it. I think the super view was what our problema was there. Whatever its super view was, it was setting it there. Let's try this. Let's see if this works. My goodness. I was getting scared, friends. I was getting really scared. I was like, I'm never going to figure this out. Because I literally had no idea. Okay, sure. That did work. The one thing we need to get rid of now is this. Let's see if this now works. Hopefully this now will work. Yeah, dude, I used to have headphones like that. I kept them for a while because they were some Bose headphones. They were pretty good, but I couldn't stand it anymore. Okay, so now this is working, but the problem is that by setting our frame to 0, apparently when view did layout subviews is set, our checkpoint collection view is still 0. I'm so confused by that. Because it's almost like then technically it's not really set. Right? Like, is that valid? Let's just print out the bounds. Don't stay true. Yeah, everything is literally 0. Maybe there's another delegate for this. Controls whether the view's constraints need updating. Oh, but you know what? So this is hitting here and no constraints are being updated. So maybe when a property of your custom view changes in a way that would impact constraints, you can call this method to indicate that the constraints need to be updated at some point in the future. This one might make sense. Updates the constraints for the receiving view and its subviews. Whenever a new layout passes trigger for a view, the system invokes this method. So I almost wonder if we actually need to set a new layout here. And that's what the issue is. So instead of what we're doing here is adding these constraints. Okay, this is all making more sense now. So instead of doing this, right, and setting these constraints like this, we need to actually create a new layout where we then reset the layout to whatever that new one is. Let's try this. So we do checkpoint collection, add the subview, so the subview, and then let's do what is this thing called again? Updates, constraints. If needed. I'm curious to see what this returns. Or more so, where we should put this is up here inside of our view layout shenanigans, wherever that was. Yeah, we should put that here. Yeah, let's do this here. So pretty much we change our constraints down below. Then we're going to say update constraints if needed. So if this is needed, we'll update the constraints. And at that point, I think this is async though, because it says update sometime in the future. So it doesn't give you a defined point of when that's updated. That's what I'm a little nervous about. But let's try it out. That might be our fix. That might be it. Because it seems like the constraints are just not even getting hit at all. Okay, so we hit here. Our bounds are still 0. Invalid capability, unable to insert copy send. I'm going to try this. I'm going to take this again and I'm going to set it down here after we set the constraints. Let's just try it. We're going to print out the bounds again. Still 0. Shit, man. This is interesting. Are you always testing on Xcode Simulator, or do you have an iPhone and iPad? I usually test on Simulator. It's the easiest way to do it, Boki, in my opinion. But yeah, sometimes you'll see that we'll actually test on device, and that's usually when we're doing bug fixes, because it's much easier to test those things on a device because it works differently than the simulator. So now that we've really narrowed down the problem, which is really good. So now I need to really figure out what we can do. So adding constraints to UI collection view init with 0 frame. Yeah, how to init a UI collection and then add layout constraint to it. Yeah, so this person is saying, and you add it in update constraints with self-set update constraints. No, I'm using self-view. Call it in the update constraints. How is QA done on iOS? So there's two like general ways, right? As a developer, you can set up unit testing, which we do have for this app too. But there's also UI testing, which I don't have set up. But that's one way to do a lot of QA. And it's the recommended way, you know? I just feel like that's not the way to do it. I don't know, man. Collection view layout. This one's a little different, but it's still like the same. Yeah, it still should be the same here. Yeah, so it seems like for this, people are setting this. Set needs layout. I guess let's try it. Let's try it out. I would have thought that this would automatically trigger that, but I guess it's not for some reason or another. That's container view. Checkpoint collection view. So here it's set. No, I just had it here. It's a constraint. I thought this was a set as well. So when a property of your custom view changes in a way that would impact constraints, you can call this method to indicate that the constraint need to be updated at some point in the future. The system will then call update constraints as part of the normal layout pass. Needs update constraints. So Boolean value determine whether the view's constraint needs updating. So let's do this. So we set this here. Checkpoint collection view, yep. And then when we get here, when we're about to do our gradient, let's go ahead and check to make sure that that's actually being set up. Curious to see what that prints out there. All right, let's try it again. I think we're getting closer. we'll fix this before the end of the stream, maybe. I think we're right at the edge here. We're right at the edge. I guess I could have just done that. No, needs update constraints. What in the heck? Unless it already did it. But I highly doubt that. Yeah. Yeah. Damn, dude. This got me real good today. Spent pretty much all day on this. Or all stream. Set needs display, set needs layout. Yeah, no. I did set update. Invalidates the current layout of the receiver and triggers a layout update during the next update cycle. I'm curious to see what that does. Even though this has nothing to do with our layout. It has to do with the view itself. The layout is how the cells are going to react. What do you know? Yeah, dude. No way. No way that's going to work. Man, I can't be the only person that has ran into this issue, right? Like, am I crazy? Yo, useless pony. That's so sad. Welcome into the team. Thank you for that follow. Glad to have you here, friend. You're not a useless pony, I promise. Useless pony. Ponies are magical creatures. Man, can I just call update constraints? Yeah, well, technically it'd be too slow. Oh, maybe that's what it is. So to schedule change, call set needs update constraints. Okay. On the view, then the system calls your implementation of update constraints before the layout occurs. This lets you verify all necessary constraints for your content are in place at a time when your custom view properties are not changing. So maybe that's kind of what we need there. So what we should do then is checkpoint collection view dot set needs update constraints, and then we call our delegate there. I guess that calls that. Is that what we're talking about here? So we go in here and we're like, yo, set. No, sorry, it is. Update constraints. There we go. And here we can say, time to update. Even though I don't know if this is necessarily going to do anything. So it's almost always clean and easy to update constraint immediately after the affecting change has occurred. For example, if you want to change a constraint in response to a button tap, make that change directly in the button's action method. So I feel like what's really happening is we add this to the sub view, and then we're like, yo, dude, time to update that constraint, boy. Where'd you go here? You are. Okay. So technically this should work then. Let's try it. I don't know. It's worth a go then, friend. It's worth a go then. Hopefully we see time to update in our logs. That'd be good. Let's just exit out of that. Oh. No es bueno. The layout constraints still need update after sending update view constraints. What? Okay. I'm not entirely sure. That did not work as I expected. Or I'm not understanding how that's working. I want to try this. I want to try this and see what happens. If I didn't know better, I would say I came back to a broken man. You did. I am a highly broken man right now. I'm so confused, dude. I thought I was good. Thought I knew what I was doing, but I don't. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, man, this is all jacked up. Something may have dirtied layout constraints in the middle of updating them. Yeah, man, I don't know. Something may have, you're right. Something may have definitely done that. Damn. Quite frustrating. But I do actually have to head out, so we're gonna have to leave it at that for today. What a sad way to leave the stream, but come back stronger tomorrow and understand what in the heck is going on. But I'm gonna delete this stuff first because that will definitely not be needed. I like vaguely remember having this issue when I first did this because I was actually going to do a collection view layout for cycles to begin with. So that main view will have like, it would have had like blocks of cycles instead of table rows. And that's, I had to do something where I had to like reset the layout, but that was for the actual cells. That's what I'm confused about. So I don't know, man. But anyways, yes, stacking, we will, I promise. I ironically might even just figure it out when I get off the stream because this is my life. But thank you all for coming in today. It's been a blast, like always, friends. Thanks for all the follows and support. It's been great, man. It's been great. And I know this issue is kind of annoying. And I'm hoping to move on from this UI constraint and view update stuff quicker, sooner than later, so we can get into some more like logic development instead of just UI stuff. But this is a big thing for me, and I really want to make sure we do it right. So hopefully only a couple more days of this and we should be good to go. But at the end of every stream, folks, it's time for that raid. So if you're a sub, grab that first message. The Pog rip the bun message. Second message, Twitch raid emote rip the bun. And I think today we are going to go ahead and let's see. So we have Code and Joy. What is he working on today? Planning my indie dev journey? Okay. What's Tim working on today? Looks like he's doing some documentation. Let's see what Ruin Wolf is working on today. Cool. Sounds good, CM. If you want, I can. We do have a Discord if you're interested in joining that, and I can hit you up there. Or I was just gonna whisper you on Twitch a little bit later, man. Steam API access. Oh, this actually sounds really cool. He does a lot of Python. Is he doing Python? Yeah, he is. He is doing Python. Nice. Let's hit up our boy, Rune Wolf. This will be cool. Cool, man. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Get in on that raid, folks. Cool. Yeah, yeah, dude. I'll hit you up probably at some point today. Yeah, that would be great. Rip the bun. Don't forget that emote. Don't forget the message. Stick around, folks. Thank you again for coming out. It's been a blast. I'll show some love to the rest of the programming community out there. Alrighty, friends. Peace and love. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a fantastic day.